Welcome, Dhanesh ji. It is our pleasure to have you on this first of its kind Skill Expert Talks at India Wood 2026 Voice
Thank
of the
you.
Industry. As we were discussing, the main idea is कि हम आज इस podcast के through और इस discussion के through learners तक, parents तक, guardians तक, academicians तक ये बात पहुंचा सके कि is there a real opportunity in interior and furniture sector? And if so, then what is that opportunity और हम उसको कैसे tap कर सकते हैं? So who better than you to talk about this particular segment, who has spent time over last 2-3 decades in this particular sector? So first thing that I would like to ask you is kindly validate ये जो हम बार बार बात करते हैं that there is a booming opportunity, it's a sunrise sector, and still it's largely unorganized and informal. So what is this sector about? Is this really an opportunity? If so, what is the opportunity?
Why there is an opportunity, let me tell you. If it were an organized sector, then the opportunity would have been minimal because you don't have too much of upside of making it more organized. The silver lining or the bright spot is that it is very large. At the same time, it is unorganized to a very, very large extent. So that is where the opportunity is, that you have space for getting into the organized space, which it is growing. So I've seen, you said correct, that this is my third decade of being in the industry, and I've seen it grow from level 0 to a much larger segment. Earlier, modular factories or furniture factories were very limited. Now you have too many of them, even in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. I'll tell you one very good indicator of the industry having a lot of depth is today's first day at the exhibition. Normally, any exhibition, first half, first day, you don't see too many footfalls. Trust me, this first day has seen genuine buyers, genuine customers, genuine people from the industry who have taken the initiative. First day coming in, trying to learn about new technologies, new materials, trying to learn about the way forward. So that itself is a very good indicator. So yes, I am very optimistic and I'm very confident there is a lot of large upside space for all of us to grow together. And I see a lot of collaborations are also happening. So another very good indicator.
So let's break it down for our listeners. When we say opportunity, where is the opportunity? Is it design? Is it manufacturing? Is it sales? Is it business development? Or is it a mixed bag?
It's so everywhere.
And if you can substantiate that in terms of कि job क्या है? Actually job क्या करना पड़ेगा उसको? Something on that front, then I'll probably.
So I'll tell you, for design, earlier it used to be when we rewind ourselves, let's say 3 decades back, design was limited to availability of materials because not too many materials were available. आप पहले जाते थे तो आप कारपेंटर शॉप, एक प्लाईवुड की दुकान में जाते थे, कारपेंटर होता था, वो जाता था और बोलता था मुझे सनमाइका दो, मुझे प्लाईवुड दो, मुझे पाव पट्टी दो या लकड़ी दो और मुझे फेविकॉल दो. अब नंबर 1, बहुत सारे लोग रिटेल में उतना नहीं जाते हैं, मॉड्यूलर में शिफ्ट करें बिकॉज एवरीबडी वांट्स टू हैव पीस ऑफ माइंड. मॉड्यूलर गिव्स द एडवांटेज ऑफ डिफरेंट मटेरियल्स विद डिफरेंट टेक्नोलॉजीज, डिफरेंट surface finishes which can be processed in multiple ways as well, with different core finishes as well. You are able to do a lot of routing with CNC machines. You are able to do high quality edge banding. You are able to use different glues, EVA, PVR. Maybe down the line we could see laser technologies for edge banding. So the industry is moving into becoming organized, becoming an industry where we are using different surface finishes. When you are using different materials also, you have upside for a business entrepreneur, that you are no longer limited to doing standard products. When you are doing standard products, you are always chasing money because everybody is doing the same thing. When the industry is evolving, where different materials are evolving, people who are being the differentiator become better entrepreneurs, more organized entrepreneurs than the other ones who are not in that process still. When the industry is growing, when furniture is growing, you need better designers. So the creativity of a designer is becoming at a much higher level. They're able to think better. Whatever they're thinking, is the execution is also happening in a much better manner because it's more mechanized furniture now. And at the same time, the processes is also becoming faster. So what used to take months and probably a year for a house to complete, with mechanization, that pace is happening faster. The quality is happening better. So overall, I think the entire ecosystem of everybody.
So across the value chain, you're saying there is an
Ye-
opportunity.
Yes.
All right. So talking about specifically about surface finishes. So what is this field about? Because in itself, it's a very in-depth subject. And is there an opportunity that somebody can specialize in it and can build a career in it? Is it a limited field only and just a part of it?
I just got in by accident into this industry where, one of my architects told my dad, I remember that there was this company which brought up an MDF plant or an MDF technology into India, and I'm talking about 1992. I was studying and told dad, I am not too interested in carrying forward your business. I want to do something on my own. And he told my father that, why didn't you tell Dhanesh to take up this MDF agency? Started with that, dealt with standard products, and I realized when I started traveling abroad and learning about new materials, we realized that there's so much of science in a material. There is so much of technology and chemistry involved in a surface, which is not there in India. We are talking about a couple of decades back or even until a decade back. But now you see the whole thing is changed. People are well read, people are well traveled, people are well taught. So they also equally are interested in using materials which are high performance as well, good looking as well. Multiple different options is what customers are looking at. Because it's no longer limited to a kitchen or a wardrobe. Your furniture is beyond a kitchen or a wardrobe. Your wall paneling is such a big business. How do you enhance the beauty of your house? You enhance the beauty of your house by using different surface finishes, different textures, synchronization, electron beam curing, extreme matte, excimer technologies. So there is a lot of things happening on the surface finish.
I would like to ask this thing, and probably you can suggest, because we see this thing when we interact with the academic background, largely the colleges, even if it's interior design or architecture colleges, and we see this gap is there. They don't understand the new age materials. They don't understand the processing of the new age materials. How do you think industry can take efforts or do something about it to make or to bridge this gap? What can be done?
So it's a very long way to go, number one, to do all of this. And it'll take a lot of combined effort of the entire industry for the benefit of everybody in this industry to take the initiative of, number one, as you said that, people are not aware. So that awareness has to come at the education level. So probably the interior design schools or colleges, we have to educate people about what different materials are. I'll tell you, when you asked me this question, I went first time to Interzoom, Germany, and I was moving around, not in the exhibition, but outside the exhibition. And suddenly, I saw this huge space. A lot of people are making furniture. And I'm excited. I'm seeing a modular furniture factory in Germany. Suddenly bumped in, and what do I see? The modular furniture factory. Out of curiosity, I went in and I said, what are the different kinds of furniture you all are making, and what are you all making? Kitchens, wardrobes? This is not a factory. This is a training school for the students. I was like, what? The scale, the machines, the students that were working, they were making live, real, demonstrative furniture. This is what is lacking in our ecosystem, where you need to train people, you need to train students, and where they understand the nuances, the intricacies of the product, the processing of the product. In real life, they are ready with a lot of learning that is already there.
What can industry do? Because you've been part of the skill ecosystem for a long time, you've been supporting in a lot of ways, but to a larger audience, because whatever we're doing is still limited. What is your message to the larger audience? How can they actually help us, kind of take it to make it 10x perhaps?
So we have to, as I said, all the machine people have to come together, all the material people have to come together. Companies have to come together. Companies have to, take the initiative of realizing that this is a CSR initiative to give back what the industry has given them. If the unorganized industry has given them something, has given us something, we have to give it back to make it more organized so that all of us collaboratively grow together. And this could be at the time of your training in your school or your college, your practical way of doing things, practical way of learning about materials. It is important, even when for surface finishes, that students should know how this material is made, why is it made in the particular manner, what is the chemistry behind that material, and how good is it going to be for a particular application, and how good it may not be for a particular application. So when we do all of this together and explain to the students who are going to take the next couple of decades forward for the industry, is when we will really see the growth and the organized.
Fantastic. So I'll just move to the last segment and last part. If you were to advise today's student, parent, academicians, what that advice would be about this industry?
So students, I believe, yes, it's a sunrise industry. Modular is probably 10-12%. So we have tremendous upskill. But then students need to realize that you cannot sit in a cabin and, learn things. It has to be feet on the street. You have to be on the ground level, learning about everything. Student has to also keep on learning, unlearning, and then again relearning, because everything is evolving, everything is dynamic, everything is fluid, everything is changing. You've got to keep on constantly learning. For the parents, I advise that, again, it's a wonderful industry. There's a lot of depth in the industry. There's a lot of upside to the industry. There are not years but decades of growth that is there in this industry. Even for somebody who wants to be an employee, probably working in a factory, you have a lot of skill gap that is there. So obviously people will be paid well because of the skill gap that is there. You want to be an entrepreneur, if you are the differentiator, you will be very successful. Not could be, if you are the differentiator. Whether it could be in terms of surface material, it could be in terms of core material, it could be ready furniture. If you are a designer, you're creative, you will have everybody wanting creative people working for them, or even individually a good designer, a good creator can do wonderful things, because now people also want to invest in furniture as a lifestyle, as something that they are doing day to day, using day to day. People earlier used to make houses thinking कि मैं 20 साल, 25 साल, 30 साल तक मेरा घर ये रहेगा. अब change हो गया. People say I want to make newer things. I want to have newer technologies. So that change of constant repeat of making furniture is going to be more progressive, more dynamic, more frequent. So that is going to again lead to upside of demand repeatedly. So people buy a car now, they change every 3 or 5 years or 7 years. People used to keep a car 10 years, 15 years early. Likewise, even furniture. The more change, the more repeat of business is going to happen, the more is going to be the scalable.
And what can the academicians or the colleges and the schools can do?
Focus on making furniture or design a subject in their curriculum, because whatever teaching that they do has to be a mix of both theory and practical as well. So when we have the theory and the practical knowledge that is imbibed or given to the students, it becomes much more easier for them to put everything into practical action when they are, out of their curriculum and they are ready to, either start their own venture or to work in any organization.
To companies who are fresh, who are coming in now, less than 5 years of experience in the industry, and to somebody who's wanting to grow, based on your experience, what is a mistake that we make usually, and what should be a corrective action? I think one is fine enough, not a problem, because I'm sure.
Don't have the monkey see, monkey do attitude. The day you do it, you're always trying to copy somebody. You're never going to learn something on your own. Be the differentiator, be the change, and you will be successful.
Thank you so much, Dhanesh bhai. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Pleasure. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
I'm sure these insights would help both industry and the young learners, and it will help the skill ecosystem also grow in a particular manner.
I want to compliment you and your entire team at FFSC for the effort that all of you all take to really make this industry go to the next level. It's not an easy task. There would be people who probably say, but we know, I work with you so frequently, so often. I see that drive in you. I see that passion in you. I see that personal desire in you, that you're focusing to make this a more organized, more efficient industry. Keep it up. My compliments to you.
Thank you so much, Dhanesh.